What if I told you that your financial future doesn't depend on your job, but in fact, it depends on what you know about money? Myron Golden went from being a trash man, a trash collector, collecting trash, to being a multi-millionaire. And today I wanted to share with you a few of the insights, a few lessons, or one particular powerful lesson that I wanted to share with you today in regards to money that I have learned from this book right here, From the Trashman to the Cashman. Fantastic book here. I highly recommend that you go out and you actually get this book, From the Trashman to the Cashman. But I wanted to share with you some of the lessons, or one of the most powerful lessons that I've learned so far in this book here with you today. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Colin. I help people that are beginners to get started with digital marketing, building their online business so that you can create that financial freedom as well. So if you're tired of working long hours, being stuck in a rut, working paycheck to paycheck, then this video here is for you. Myron Golden's book, From the Trashman to the Cashman, has some very powerful lessons in here about money that you need to learn if you want to change your mindset and you want to change how you are actually creating income and making money. So if you find anything in this video value at all, you know what to do. Make sure you smash that like button, drop me a comment down below, and subscribe. And when you drop a comment down below, I'm interested to know what you find, what tip you find the most valuable when it comes to what I'm sharing with you in regards to the lessons that I've learned out of this From the Trashman to the Cashman. So with that being said, let's get started here. All right, there are 4 ways to make money. You are either making money right now, legitimately, that is, legally, legitimately. There are 4 ways really to be making money, and you are making money either one of these 4 different ways. Now, which is the best, which is the worst, because they're not all the best ways to make money, all right? So the first method that I want to talk about is this. Well, let's actually get into a little bit more description of this here. Myron Golden, I like how he does it here. So this is how I read these books. I study these books, all right? I get in here, I study it, I mark up the books, I highlight them, and I even make notes within the books when I am studying this type of stuff, all right? So he's got here the window of opportunity, all right? The window of opportunity. This is fantastic, guys, right here, okay? So the window of opportunity describes 4 ways of making money, okay? So the first way to make money is, he labels it as HAJ, have a job. So this is you when you have your job. You've got an employment, you work for an employer, you work for a boss, you have a job. You're an employee, you gotta go to work, okay? So maybe let's say you're a carpenter, okay? And you're out there building decks, for example, all right? I built a few decks before, right? So let's say you are building decks and you work for a company that is building decks. You have a boss, you go to work. Well, you are limited, and this here is the worst way to make money, actually, is working for a boss, working as an employee, having an employer in employment. This is the worst way to make money because of 3 different reasons, okay? So now Myron's got listed here 3 different reasons for this being the worst way to make money. Now, number 1, okay, the first reason that this is the worst reason of making money is because, well, you got to trade your money. So you got to trade your hours for money, right? You're constantly trading your hours for dollars, and which leads to the second reason this is the worst way to make money is you're limited by the amount of hours that you have. You could only trade so many hours for so many dollars. You know what I'm saying? So you're limited by the hours that you have to trade for the money. And the third reason this is the worst way of making money is, well, nobody's ever going to actually pay you as much as you are worth for the hours that you are trading for those dollars. No one's ever going to pay you the amount that you're actually really worth. So that's why this is the worst way to make money, is to constantly just be in employment. Now, I know, I get it. Sometimes we're there. We have to be working for an employer. You don't have to, but I mean, you're there and you're in that position and you're working for an employer in employment, making money. But if you realize that, you understand that, and you can start working your way out of that into something else, which is, one of the other ways of making money, then you can recognize that and you can start working towards that, right? Now, the second way of making money that I want to talk about, the second window of opportunity right here, okay, is OAJ. Okay, so OAJ, this is the second worst way of making money, okay? The next level, and that is OAJ, which stands for own a job. So if you own a job, a little bit better than having a job because you're working for somebody else, but you own a job. So let's take the example again still with building decks. If you're a carpenter and you're out there and you're building decks and you go, you know what, man, I don't want to continue always having an employer and working for a job, having a job, and this guy telling me what I have to do, when I got to show up for work and when I can take my lunch and if I can have the day off and all of this sort of stuff. And I'm not getting paid what I'm worth, and I want to have something different. I want to own a job. I want to be self-employed. I want to start a business, right? So this is what a lot of people think they're doing when they branch off from having a job to being, self-employed with a business. They go off and they go, you know what? I know what I'm doing now. I'm a good journeyman carpenter. I'm going to go out and I'm going to start my own business, and I'm going to get a whole bunch of customers, clients, maybe other home builders, and you're going to go and build decks for all these different home builders. Well, in fact, what you just did is you went from having a job to owning a job, okay? And this is not really all that much better. It's a little bit better because now you can give yourself your paycheck and determine, well, I'm going to get paid this much per hour instead of this much per hour, and I'm going to get, pull this much of a paycheck, and I want to start at this time and not that time, and I got this other tax advantage, so I got a few more tax advantages, so that's good. However, you went from having one boss, one employer, to having maybe 37 different employers, 37 different bosses, or 17 different bosses, right? Because all of these other home builders that you're working for, or maybe the public that somebody that hires you to build them a deck or something like that, they're your boss, they're your client, they're your customer. You're working for them now. You know what I mean? So you have multiple bosses, not just one boss. So like, oh my goodness, what the heck, man? I went from having one boss to now having 37 different bosses. Like, that's crazy, right? And then not only that, you're still trading your time for dollars. And you're still limited by the amount of hours that you have in a day to go ahead and keep doing that. You know what I'm saying? Unless now you start hiring people. Okay, now that's stepping into something else. That's stepping into actually the next level, the next window of opportunity. Right here, okay? That's actually stepping into number 3, which is right here, OAS. You own a system. You own a system. Is the third opportunity, the window of opportunity for making money. So owning a system right here now, owning a system is the best way to make money. All right, now it's not I'm going to call it not the ultimate way, the super best way, but it is the best way of making money, because now you could actually start leveraging, right? You can start having more time. You're going to be able to save yourself time and energy by using what's called systems, okay, and leveraging. So now you own a system, OAS, you own a system. Instead of owning a job, instead of having a job and then owning a job, now you went to owning a system. Now, what does that really mean? Well, owning a system is let's use the decks, for example. Let's say you were building decks and now you built up yourself a little company, okay? And you built up a company and you now have a good system for building all the decks and everything like that. You've just built all these systems within it. And then you even have employees that are now out there and working for you as labor in your business, okay? Now you're able to take a step back, okay? Take a step back because now your systems are working, all right? That's pretty cool. See, there are many different systems that you could use for leveraging your time and energy. You can have licensing systems, you could have networking systems, you could have business systems such as this that have you're leveraging employees, right? Like I mentioned here, or you could even have websites that are out there selling for you. For example, digital products. You can have a website with a web store that has downloadable products, and you go and you can create these products, digital products, list them on your website, and then people can come to your website, whether you are sleeping, you're out on vacation, you're out and about doing whatever it is that you're doing in your life, and people can come there automatically, use an automated system, purchase these products from your website without you having to be there to physically, manually have to put in the time and do that. You got to put in the time and create these products, but once you've created them once, you're done. You list them on your website. People can come there 24/7 and buy the product from you, and then you make money that way, right? So that is creating systems to actually make you money, right? That's the best way to be making money. Now, what's the next one? What's the fourth one? What's the fourth way of making money? Okay, now this is one that I believe that, it doesn't matter, even if you're an employee or you own your own job or you are using systems, okay, to make money. I believe personally that you should always be working towards this one here and implementing it right away, which is the SMS system, the window of opportunity for making money. It's to grow more money, right? So you're sowing money seeds is really what it stands for. So sow money seeds so that you could grow money. Now, what does this mean? What do I mean by that? How does that work? And how do you start that even as an employee? Well, it could be as simple as mutual funds, ETFs, crypto assets, stocks, real estate investments that produce income. As long as you are investing your money and the money is growing for you, and it will eventually grow to the point where it's actually spitting out enough money for you, right? Such as dividend stocks, dividend ETFs. If you have a dividend ETF, an ETF that pays out dividends, okay, and you have enough money in there that pays out in dividends, you never even need to ever dig into your seed capital, right? You plant those seeds, you sow those seeds so that there's enough money in there that it pays out enough in dividends. You know what I'm saying? And then you can live off of the dividends. You are building systems that are going to make you money, and then your ultimate goal is to have enough seed that you could be sowing these money seeds to even make even more money, and you could live off of it that way. Not that you're going to actually ever stop, because maybe you're really going to be enjoying what you're doing when it comes to building these systems, right? You're going to enjoy what you're doing in life. That why stop? You know what I mean? And that's the whole thing. That's the whole purpose as well. Is if you're doing things that you are passionate about, that you really enjoy, that you like to do, well, you're going to keep on doing it, and then you're just going to keep building systems and building, sowing your money seeds, and then it's going to keep on flourishing and growing even more money. Now that's actually biblical, and actually what you want to be doing, what we're called to be doing as well, is to be creating wealth for, not just for ourselves, right? Because we're called not to store up treasures for ourselves, but we're called to now build wealth and inheritance for our children's children, right? That's the whole purpose, right? That's a whole other lesson I can get into right there. But that's the whole purpose of what we're supposed to be doing here, is to be working towards creating wealth for next generation. So the only way you're going to end up doing that really is when you're passionate about what you're doing. And so like I said, this is a very powerful lesson. Once you really get it and once you really understand it, so that's why I recommend, get the book, go read this book. Powerful stuff in here when it comes to that. Just those messages or those lessons right there on the window of opportunity, those 4 different ways of making money. Okay, once you really understand that, you can start implementing that the way you want to be implementing it, okay? Instead of just working for somebody else or owning a job, you can start working towards building systems and investing your money. Now, if you want to learn more about even building systems, such as, like I mentioned, like a website with digital products and stuff like that, monetizing your skill set, well, I'll put a link to a guide down below in the description, all right? Check that out. Connect with me. Get in touch with me. Connect with me. I'll help you out. But I'll have a guide down there below that will show you how to start implementing a system like this, how to start implementing a way to start monetizing your skill set and start making money with digital products. Digital products with digital marketing, that's got to be like my favorite way, the ultimate way, the best way to start building, systems to make money. In fact, that's exactly what Myron Golden is doing by creating these books. He's got a book, the Trashman, From the Trashman to the Cashman. And then he's got another one called Boss Moves, right? And these are just simple low ticket products, okay? And he's got these listed on a website, and people can go there and purchase them from his website. And the guy makes bank, man. He makes bank just selling this book. One little book like this. It's a small book, but I tell you, the information that's in the book is powerful, and that's the key. Now, you can do the same thing too. You can start creating digital product. This is a physical product. He does this, and it's still digital marketing, right? But he just sends it as a physical product, okay? But you can do digital products, or you can do physical products, right? And list it on a website. That's what you can do. Digital products are so easy, right? I've got a guide. It will teach you how to do that, how to start creating these digital products, okay? List them on your website and start creating income. Even while you're working a 9 to 5, even while you're working your job, doing that sort of thing, you can be doing that, all right? So hey, if you found value in this content in here, let me know what you think about these 4 different ways of making money. Drop me a comment down below. If you're not yet subscribed, well, you know what to do. Click subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.